Hey guys, Alex here. I just want to make a little bit of a video here on how I'm going to dye my hair silver. We're probably week 8, 9 through quarantine so far, and I already dyed my hair silver once, but as you can see, my hair's getting a bit longer, already kind of faded to a blondish color, and especially on the sides and up top, you can really see my roots starting to come through at a nice dark brown. So I just wanted to kind of make a video of how I'm going to dye my hair a silverish blue. These are the products I'm going to be using here. First, I'm going to start with the Manic Amplified Flash Lightning Bleach Kit. And then I'll use a mixture of L'Oreal Cream Developer 20 Volume and Wella T18 Lightest Ash Blonde Toner. Mix those together, and then I'll do this smoky blue L'Oreal hair dye. I'll put a link in the description for all those products too, just to show you what it's going to look like, but pretty excited. First thing first is to get rid of those roots and get everything bleached and nice and blonde. Okay, so this is pretty much what the mixture is going to look like whenever you have the bleach all mixed up and ready to go. It's going to thicken a little bit. And then you're pretty much just supposed to use the gloves that they have and kind of put it all throughout your hair. And since I'm pretty much focusing on really a lot of my roots and my sides and back, not so much the top of my hair, I'm really going to focus on putting it there. Okay, you can see that I put the bleach in. You can kind of tell that the roots are not taking it as well, obviously, as the rest of my hair, because the rest of my hair was already blonde, but I think I got it pretty spread throughout, especially on the back and the sides. So we're just going to kind of let this sit for probably roughly around 30 minutes and then wash it out and see how it looks. And maybe have to do a second round of bleach, but we'll see. Okay guys, so after bleaching once, this is pretty much what it looks like. The top doesn't look too much different. It's definitely a bit lighter than it was before, but one round of bleach did a really good job on the sides. There's one little spot in the back that I saw that I want to redo again. So I'm just going to bleach that part because there's a little bit of brown coming through on my roots there. But overall, pretty happy with it. Just going to run that bleach through one more time in a couple spots back here, and talk to you in a bit. Okay guys, so officially run through the second bleach process. I did a little bit more than I actually thought I was going to do. For the second round, you can see it's pretty light, especially on the back and the sides now. It's really more of a almost whitish. Since I was kind of starting out at a blonde, I didn't get too much of the, bronzy, yellowy color that a lot of people get whenever they dye their, bleach their hair. But this stuff really does kill your hair a lot, though. I can just tell, I can feel it and feel how dead it is, especially after bleaching it the first time doing it, 8 to 10 weeks ago. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend bleaching your hair multiple times in a row, but probably just going to cut my hair at the end of all this anyways, so I'm not too concerned about it. But the next step is to use my toner and developer. We're going to mix it up and give that a go to try and get it looking a more of a platinum color, to try and get away from as much blonde as we can, just so it'll take the silver hair dye a little bit easier. Leave that in for up to 30 minutes. Okay guys, just wanted to clarify too that whenever you mix your toner with your developer, it's very important to follow the directions on the Wella toner to mix with the developer 1 part toner and 2 parts developer. Whenever you're done mixing, it's going to look something like this, and we're going to put that in for roughly about 30 minutes. All right guys, so after mixing and pretty much using all of that toner and developer, you're going to get a nice purple really in your hair. It's a really nice purple shine to it. I'm just going to test that occasionally. They suggest using one strand of hair to do a strand test every now and then to really make sure it's the color that you want. But whenever you get really up close and personal, I know this lighting isn't the best, but you can really see how silver your hair really is. But basically all this is doing is it's essentially just stripping all the color from your hair. So whenever you get like the most platinum, you know, colorless white looking hair on your strand test, that should be pretty much about the time that you want to take this out. But they say up to 30 minutes. I'm probably going to do about 25 to 30, and we'll see what it looks like. I just want to give you an update. I'm about 15 to 17 minutes in roughly, and you can really see how purple this gets. The toner and developer really work together. I did a strand test. You can kind of see this little hair floating right there, and it's pretty silver, but I think I want to go just a little bit further. I'm just going to leave it in for another 5 to 10 minutes. I don't think it's really going to matter, but I just wanted to show you guys. I mean, even though the lighting is terrible in here, that is really purple. I mean, it just looks really cool, and I think it really just shows this stuff working. But leave her in for another couple minutes and wash it out and see how it looks. Okay, so after washing out the toner and developer, it's pretty much what we're left with. It's a very platinum, silverish, blonde, white. I don't know, platinum's probably the best way to describe the color of it, if anything. I'm actually gonna wait until tomorrow to do the dye, just because I want to, it says on the dye box itself, it says you're supposed to wait upwards of 2 weeks, I think, maybe even longer. Oh yeah, 14 days after bleaching. So it says wait at least 14 days after bleaching, which I'm obviously not doing since I just bleached my hair technically twice. But I'm gonna give it at least 1 day to heal. After I got this stuff rinsed out of my hair, the toner and developer, I used a deep conditioner, and that definitely helped with the feeling of my hair, since I was saying it is feeling like really dead after the bleach. But the color is still definitely taking. It's just gonna take a bit to get my hair healthy again. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to do the Sapphire Smoke hair dye, Smoky Blue, and we'll see what that looks like. But for now, I guess today I'm gonna rock the pretty much platinum look. I have the dye in here. I know that a lot of toners and developers and mixed together can look purple, even kind of like mine did, but this stuff, I mean, the lighting in here still is not very good, but this is just straight up blue purple, and it is bright. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to turn out. I don't want to leave it in too long because I don't want my hair to be just totally blue, but I definitely want that blue silver hue to my hair. So we're gonna do the strand test and gradually test it as it goes on for roughly 20 more minutes or so. Just wanted to show you the final result here after using the smoky blue hair dye. It definitely turned out a little bit more of an icy blue than the original silver than I had thought, which is almost kind of crazy too, because I definitely left in the hair dye for only about 15 minutes and it said about 20 to 25. So I'd almost be concerned about how blue my hair would be if I had left it in there the whole time. But you can kind of see all the different colors in there. It's definitely like a silver, icy blue. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty cool. Be a nice mix up from the original silver that I did to have a little bit blue in it. And I'm sure the cheap hair dye will probably fade within a couple days anyways. So I'm sure I'll go back to a little bit more of a silver with just a little bit of a blue hue to it. But I think it looks pretty good. Again, I'll leave what I used in the description. So I hope you guys, if you want to ever go for a blue, icy blue look or a silver, the only thing I would suggest to do a little bit more silver rather than have this blue hue to it is to just go for a strictly silver hair dye, because you saw how white and almost silver my hair was with just the toner and developer in it before I dyed it. So I would say just go for a silver hair dye rather than anything with blue in it, because obviously this just had a little bit of blue and it definitely gave my hair a huge blue tint to it. But I'm gonna rock it for a bit and I hope you guys got some info from this. Thanks. It's kind of like a little bit of a kind of just follow-up video on how differently my hair has kind of changed just over the past 2 days since I dyed it, just to kind of show you guys how that dye works. So it was very, very blue the first day whenever I initially dyed it, but it is now faded. The blue is initially faded. Maybe it's due partly to the purple conditioner. I've heard that maybe that is partly why, but it's more of an icy blue now. And I actually really like the color. It's like a nice silver with just a little bit of a blue icy hue to it. Again, this lighting isn't the best, but you can still tell a little bit, but really like the way it turned out. That dye was definitely a little bit more deceiving in the sense of how the color really kind of happened at first and how blue it really was, but I really like the end result. 2 days later, really seeing this silver with just a hint of icy blue in it. I really like it, and let me know what you guys think. Thanks for checking it out.